Somos celebs, pull up loco. You know we are next, pull up mofos. They don't be there on repeat, they're like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. Photo now. But for now, I'm loco. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more.
My brothers, sisters, whoever's in here. Yeah, man, I'm back on this, man. I told you, look, man. Consistency. Let's stay with it, man. I'm here to upload you, look, with the latest United news. You know how we get down, yeah? So let's get into it. Yo, my brother, Agent Soul. Come on, big up. Let's get straight into it, man. This is the Gyokeres news from earlier. I'm going to skip through it. I'll get to the Sancho and all of them, man. They're the freedom fighters. You get me? But yeah, this is from earlier. Basically, the Gyokeres stuff is heating up again. Man United are back in pole position to sign Gyokeres. He's ready to reunite with his former manager, Ruben Amorim. That came out earlier on today. There was talks about a Bolat saying that Man United have now engaged in club-to-club talks. I don't know if that's true or not. And then obviously, the Sky Sports came out and basically said the same thing. And this is all from the Gyokeres stuff. This is all today. There was some news about Gyokeres yesterday, how we've reopened talks, and Team Talk come out and said that Gyokeres has told Man United that he wants to join us this summer. I'm sure that we kind of know he wants Arsenal first, innit? He wants Arsenal first. We're second in command, but it's coming out more and more every day that he wants to join us. Fabrizio came out yesterday and said he never rejected us. And then obviously we got Victor Gyokeres. This is when he went on strike, and then he said he's not playing for them no more, etc. I'm not going to play for you lot. I'm not going to train with you lot. And I want you to look at the last line when it says who reported it first, basically, and that was a Bolat. So if you look at Fabrizio's document on this, the last document on the right, it shows you that he went on strike. He's not going to play no more. And the person that got that news first and that Fabrizio reported it after, it says on the bottom line, a Bolat reports. And then if you go back to the first document, which came out yesterday, says Gyokeres reopens the door to Amorim with Arsenal favouring Sesko. The Swede could opt for Man United, and that is from Abolat. So this same Abolat could be reliable that they're saying this, because Fabrizio's already quoted him. So that was yesterday, and then today, the Mirror's talking about it, Sky Sports, and that same Abolat that Fabrizio's quoted is saying Man United now engaged in club-to-club negotiations. So something might be heating up with this Gyokeres thing. Seems like something's definitely in the pipeline. There's no smoke without fire. This is 3 days in a row now that we're hearing something. And Fabrizio just woke up yesterday for some weird reason and just thought he would say, oh, you know what? Gyokeres has not rejected Man United, by the way. Like, why are you telling us that randomly? And then obviously all the Arsenal aggregate pages. This is all the Arsenal aggregate pages for them. Remember, they know they don't know who they're going to get. It's going to be one or the other. But all their journalists have basically said they think it's going to be Sesko. They're all saying it. If I can put money on it, it'll be Sesko. They need a striker. Arteta wants a striker by pre-season, July the 19th. They're going Hong Kong and Singapore. But it's understood that Sesko is the priority. But Gyokeres is still in there. So we don't know what's going to happen. They all think it's going to be Sesko, the Arsenal fan base, and their journalists. It's coming out every day that Gyokeres wants Man United now. Fabrizio woke up yesterday and just said he hasn't rejected Man United. So take it for what you want to take it for. But it's good to see that it's hitting the English media now as well. Because it started off in Portugal. Now the English media is starting to talk about it. So there could be some truth in it. It could be that they've straight up rejected Gyokeres now at Arsenal and that he's trying to put this out. So we come in from, I don't know. But you know the thing, I always show you what's going on. That was the stuff with Gyokeres early. We got the Freedom Fighter, of course. Freedom Fighter. This come out earlier on, and then I got another document for you for Sancho. So don't worry. Stay seated. Napoli and Juventus are willing to pay Manchester United 25 million for Jadon Sancho, but he's not ready to free up his wage. Yeah? So Napoli and Juventus are saying 25 million is cool. We'll pay you the 25 million. But the wage is too mad. He wants 300k. We're not giving you that. And then Michel, the middle document, who is very reliable, he basically just said Man United and Juventus are in talks, but the clubs are still far away because of the wage. And then the big dog, Fabrizio, said yesterday as well He said Juventus and Napoli cannot reach an agreement with Sancho's wages. That's the blocking. So both clubs have no problem with paying the 25 million. So look, Metro today said that Napoli and Juventus are willing to pay the 25 million. Fabrizio yesterday said Napoli and Juventus are willing to pay the 25 million. The money's not an issue. It's the wages. So that's the situation with Sancho that came out yesterday and a little bit today. And then we've got more news about Sancho. And this is from Giova. And he's saying Fenerbahce are behind in the race for Jadon Sancho. Juventus is in the lead. But there are several details to sort out with Manchester United. The race remains open. So what the situation is, before I get into the middle one, is basically Fenerbahce can pay for his salary. But he doesn't want Fenerbahce. And I've been telling you lot this for the last couple of days. I've been saying to you lot, which player have you lot ever seen go to the Turkish league in their prime? I've never seen it. And this is what I'm saying. This goes to show. And then I'm going to read this one out and you're going to understand what I mean. Fenerbahce, with Mourinho's approval, held an official meeting with Sancho. They approved the player and inquired about his conditions. Fenerbahce did not make a written offer in an official capacity. After learning Jadon Sancho's conditions, contact was made again, but no progress was achieved. Napoli made an offer official to the player with a salary that was almost 50% of what he wanted. 50%, so that's probably like 150. And Sancho rejected it. Juventus came to the table. Sancho wants to play for Juventus, but Juventus offered a very low salary. The only club that can currently meet the net salary is Fenerbahce. But Sancho favours a move to a team who play in the top 5 leagues. I told you like this for the last couple of days. I kept saying it. I can't see him going Fenerbahce because I've never seen a player in their prime go Turkey. I've never seen it happen. So that's the situation. And that's from Yago. He's very reliable for Turkish news. Very reliable. And he's basically saying Fenerbahce can pay for his package now. Jose Mourinho spoke to him. They really want him. They'll pay the money to United. But Sancho doesn't want them. He's basically using them to go to Napoli and say, listen, Fenerbahce wants me. They're looking to pay this for me. What are you saying? And then trying to get a bigger wage from Napoli or Juventus so he can stay in the Italian league. Because if he goes Fenerbahce, we're never going to see him again, really. Like, no one really watches the Turkish league like that, if you know what I mean. So he might not even get a call up in the World Cup. People might say he's doing it in the Turkish league. You know what I'm trying to say? So he wants to stay in the top 5 leagues. Juventus and Napoli want him, but they're not willing to pay his wage. This is what's happening with him. He's fighting the wage. Freedom fighters fighting the wage right now. Fenerbahce is there. The money's there. Everything's ready to happen. But he doesn't want to go Fenerbahce. He wants to stay. He wants to go to Juventus. That's his main place he would want to go is Juventus. But they're offering him a low salary. And remember, he's about his money. He turned down Chelsea. He loved Chelsea, London, the vibes. He was good over there. He won a trophy with them, and they offered him a low salary. He turned them down. So he's about his money. He's not playing around. So the race is still open. Juventus seems like they're leading it. From the first article, Juventus are in the lead. And obviously from the middle article as well, it says Sancho wants to play for Juventus. So obviously they're in the lead, isn't it? But no one can offer Sancho the money that he wants apart from Fenerbahce, but he doesn't want Fenerbahce. So he's just leading them on so that he can have a bit of negotiation power with the other team to say, look, they're willing to give me this. What are you saying? And then obviously they're going to try and work on it, but I don't know what's going to happen with this. Dortmund are not planning to go for Jadon Sancho. That's from Michelle, certified. They're not planning to go back for him. They don't want a third reunion with him no more. United and Juventus have spoke, but are far from agreement, and Sancho can imagine himself playing for Juventus. So all 3 of the articles today are all about the freedom fighter trying to go Juventus. So it seems like he wants to go there, but they're not offering him not even half the salary. It was half the salary for Napoli. They gave him a very low salary, Juventus. So I don't know. But I know Vlahovic is on a 300k salary over there, and he's looking to leave next year on a free. So I can't see them taking 300k and paying him as well. It's not going to make no sense for them. But I know that he will go to whatever these clubs he goes to, because the leagues are a bit slower. You're not getting pressed at 100 miles per hour. He will go there and then he will ball out. He will do what he needs to do. And people will start talking about him. So it looks like he might be trying to get a move, but it's like, nah, I want my money first. He's prioritizing the money, then the move. Because if I was him, I'll be at Napoli right now. And they just won the league, the most exciting project. Juventus, they're in Champions League as well, can run. He wants Juventus, but it seems like they can't afford him. I don't know what's going on with Italian teams, but it seems like the Turkish teams have got more money than him. Because how can Fenerbahce afford 300k or whatever he wants, 250, but they can't afford him? So it's crazy. So this is the situation with the freedom fighter. He's not lowering his wage. Fenerbahce are behind in the race for Sancho. Juventus are in the lead. Juventus have already had contacts with Manchester United. Everybody knows what we want for Sancho. He's basically got a release clause. Give us our 25 million and leave us alone. That's it. But no one can agree a wage with him apart from Fenerbahce, and he doesn't want them. Fenerbahce is the ugly girl. It's last resort for him. He wants someone else. That's what's going on right now. But he's using him. So that's what's going on with the freedom fighter. Everyone wants to pay the 25 mil, but he wants to be in Turin. So he's playing games, man. Fabrizio came out yesterday, said the same thing. He said Juventus and Napoli cannot reach an agreement with his wages. And now they're talking about loans. Yesterday, they were talking about loans now. They're saying, we still want him, but you lot pay half the money. How can we loan him if he's leaving next year on a free? He leaves next year on a free. So we can't loan him. We have to get the money we can get off him today. And then it's done. See you later. So it seems like it's close with Juventus. There's talks going on still. It's not done. It's not like it's been ruled out or it's cancelled. So it seems like it's close with Juventus, but he needs to lower his wage. Nobody is going to pay him 300k. He's not a 300k player. We messed up even putting him on that. So he's gone mad with that anyway, just going in with them expectations where I need this money. So he's got to sort himself out, man. He's got to sort himself out. Well, go on, Mitch. Gamer, my boy. Smash the likes as you enter. Come on, bro. Smash the like, subscribe. You know the whole jazz. We're here every day with the Man United news. Yeah? Letting you not know what's going on. Daily news. Get him now. Get who? Oh, Gyokeres. Yeah. Of course. We need to get my man. Where's Mbeumo, man? I'm tired of waiting for the brother. Mbeumo's wrapped up, man. Don't worry about Mbeumo, man. I don't even post about him no more. He's done, man. Don't worry about him. That's more or less done. You'll get your here we go soon. That's what you're waiting on. The here we go, brother. Cool. All right, I'm going to get into the midfielders because we're linked to 3 midfielders now. Look at this. It's going mad now with midfielders. I don't know why it's going so crazy. Remember, the other day we were linked with Jashari as well. Jashari, Richard Rios, whatever his name is. So that's like 5 midfielders in 1 week. It's going mad right now. But let's see what's going on. All right, cool. So basically, Edison, he's been linked with us for ages. Edison has been a proper link for time. I've been seeing his name for ages. And it's just come out today from Team Talk at 9 in the morning. Ruben Amorim has approved a move for Atlanta midfielder. Who's that from? Rudy Galletti. Yeah, he says that. I think he said that about 3 times now. He keeps going back and forth. Love for that game, I appreciate it. I'm going to put that in there now. Hold on. Still negotiating bonus structures and da-da-da-da. Yeah, love for that still. Rudy Galletti and Valentin Furlan. So, yeah, basically, Edison, we've been linked to him for ages. Team Talks come out this morning. I got the date and the time at the bottom, about 9 in the morning today, and said, listen, Ruben Amorim has approved a move for Atlanta midfielder Edison, who is expected to cost around 50 million. Fabrizio said this ages ago. This is not today or whatever. I just put this in here to let you not know how much we're linked with him. We've been linked with him for ages. So Fabrizio came out a few weeks back and said, Man United have discussed Edison internally. They believe he'll be a fantastic signing. Sorry, not salary. Sancho's in my head about salary. But yeah, internally, he's seen as one of the perfect candidates for a Ruben Amorim midfield. But Atlanta will not make it easy. Team Talk saying it's 50 mil. He might be worth more. I don't know. Saudi was meant to go in for him, but they ain't got in for him. And then Man United News, MEN, which is Man United Evening News, Manchester Evening News, not Man United, Manchester. They basically said this on the 18th. So that's about a week ago. That Man United's dream midfield is in 2025 and 26 with Edison transfer and a 60 million signing. The 60 million signing is probably in Mbeumo, but Edison transfer. So the Evening News were talking about him a week ago. Fabrizio was talking about him about 2 weeks or something ago, and then team talks come out today. Do you know what I'm saying? And we're linked with a lot of midfielders. Jashari came out 2 days ago. Richard Rios. Now we're linked with Edison, and Edison's intense. He's what Ruben. He is what a Ruben thing is. He would be our perfect signing. Literally, a Ruben style would have Edison in it, 100%. Because he's an athlete, and that's what Ruben wants. He wants athletes, people that can run, they've got energy, he's physical, he can score goals as well, he defends, he's up and down. He's up and down. That's what we need. We need more players that are athletes. That's what Ruben said when he walked through the door. That Fabrizio said, we need more athletes in this team. He's an athlete. So I can see that happening. And you can see from what Fabrizio said himself, he is seen as the perfect candidate for a Ruben Amorim midfield. Remember, we all know Bruno's going to play in that midfield. He's the captain. He's not going to get dropped for nothing. So to have Bruno and someone like Edison next to him, Edison he's like a DM, but he goes forward as well. He makes good. He's a good player. He's Brazilian. So yeah, the little noise around Edison is basically heating up. I don't know why it's heating up so much for a midfielder now, but every day we're getting a new midfielder link. So it might be something in for this still. But like I said, Fabrizio's already spoke about it. Manchester Evening News spoke about it last week, and Team Talk spoke about it today. So it's happening. Something's happening. And then we got Nemencha, Mecha. I said Nemencha, mad. Basically, we're interested in. This has been said a few times in the last 2-3 months. We're always interested with him. I think January was interested in him as well. So it's nothing new, innit? Basically, CF Bayern's come out today and just said, Man United are interested in the Dortmund midfielder, and he's reported at 40 million. I don't really know much about him. I watched a few comps when we was interested in him last time. He just looked a bit too slow for it to make sense. Like I said just now, we want athletes. Edison's an athlete. He's running up and down all game. Nemecha didn't, or Mecha, whatever his name is, he didn't look like that for me. And then I've seen his injury record as well. If you look at it now, it doesn't look the best. When you look at it, 16 games missed last season. He's always missing games, if you know what I'm saying. Like muscular problems, hip problems, ankle problems, thigh problems. That's everywhere. This is not like it's the same injury one place. It's injuries everywhere. Ligaments, unknown, thigh, ankle, hip. It's crazy. So, and that's every single year. Do we really need someone like that right now? I don't know. I don't know him. I can't talk about him to say if he's good or bad. I've seen a few of the comments saying that he's a baller. But from what I think we need, someone intensifying and runners and ballers in the middle, especially in midfield, I don't know if he's the right guy. And that's his injury record. So you make it for what you make it for. 123 days, 107 days, 68 days. That was the last time. Like, how much days? That's like 2 months. How much games you missing for us now with that? So I don't know, bro. This is who we're linked to in the Mecha. That's another. I've got another midfielder as well in there for you, I swear. But yeah, and when I'm waiting for this guy, leave him to dry so he won't definitely go to the World Cup. You're talking about Sancho, I'm guessing, Santos. Sancho, I don't think he even cares about the World Cup. I think he just wants the money. I think if he really wanted to go to the World Cup, he would have stayed at Chelsea. That's what I think. He would have dropped his wage and stayed at Chelsea. But I don't think he cares about the World Cup because you've got Juventus and Napoli there. Let me go back in the article for those that don't know what we're talking about. You've got Juventus and Napoli both there. If you want the World Cup, you'll pick one of them now, get to pre-season and get it going. He's sitting around and just chilling. And it says there from Yago. Yago's reliable for Turkish news. And he says the only club that can currently meet his salary is Fenerbahce, but Sancho favours a move to a team who plays in one of the top 5 leagues in the world. And if you're here every day, I've been saying this every day, I can't see him going to Turkey. I can't see it happening. I can't see a player in their prime, because in his head, he's in his prime, he's 300k, etc., his age, going to Turkey. It don't really happen like that. They won't go like in the end of their career, Turkey, not end of their career, but they get a bit older or it's not really working out for them in the leagues, etc. Well, so I couldn't see it happening. But Fenerbahce won him. They're willing to pay his wage. I think it might be a thing where he waits it out. When he waits it out, and then by the time it gets getting to like the end of the window, he might just take them. Last resort, let me just get out of here and just get my wage and I can at least play. That's what I think it is. But I don't think he will leave now unless it's Juventus or Napoli. But Juventus and Napoli do not want to pay him no 300k, 250, whatever he's asking for. Like, you're crazy. The way you even got on that is mad already. So, yeah, like, you're lucky to even be in that in the first place type of thing. So, yeah, so Felix Mecha, we're linked with him as well. That's another midfielder. Next up, we got this from earlier. Højlund, basically, Inter Milan have woken up out of their sleep and just said, you know what? We're actually happy with our guy, Esposito, whoever that is. He's done enough to stay at Inter beyond the summer transfer window. So what? No one ain't played in the last how long? How has it just happened all of a sudden? You've been linked with this geezer, Højlund, talking to our club, everything, for about a month. And then now you just said, you know what? He's done enough. This geezer's done enough to stay. So they don't want him no more, basically. They're buying a geezer called Bonnie as well. He's a striker. He plays in their league already, Palmer. So the idea of signing Højlund for Manchester United is losing prominence. And then it just basically says that they spoke about a swap deal. They tried to offer us Taremi, who is a striker for Inter, and we politely declined. We said, it's not happening. Taremi's not all that. And then it came out about Newcastle ruling out signing Marcus Rashford. I didn't know nothing about that. And it says preferring a former Manchester United star in Elanga. Obviously, Elanga, they've refused it in it. Forest, I think they bid 50 million or 45 million. They refused it. They want 60 million. And then the Newcastle journalist is crying, saying that Manchester United have inflated the market, so we can't sign no one. When we went for Cunha, that had a release clause. You know what I'm saying? They're just chatting shit. But yeah, that came out earlier. This is who we're linked with as well. Another midfielder. I'm going to go straight in the middle one. João Paulino. He used to play for Fulham. He moved to Bayern. Nothing ain't been happening for him proper on Bayern. They got Kimmich. They got better options. They don't really play him. So yeah, João Paulino. I think he's a bit too similar to Ugarte, to be honest. He's just a destroyer, isn't he? He's a destroyer. Yeah, he's got a bit more where he can score headers and, you know what I'm saying? But he's not nothing. He's not going to change anything too much type of thing. I think he's close to 30 years old as well. I don't know if they're going to end up going for him, but we're linked with him. And that's from the same geezer, SCF Bayern. I don't know how true and reliable this geezer is. So, yeah. And then, obviously, it just says that Man United are in negotiations to appoint Asensio Valentin to join the support structure for Ruben Amorim. There's a good chance that the move will be completed soon. Who's basically an operations director at Braga. So this is all operational stuff. It's nothing important, whatever. If it's going to help you, Ruben, then whatever. Just do what you got to do. And then we've got this geezer at the end, Jesus Rodriguez to Como. Here we go. So that's done. The only reason I'm putting that in this segment so you lot can see it is because, as you can see at the bottom, the team that he plays for is Real Betis, who won Anthony. And all they were waiting for was cash. So now they've got money for this. And they've got money, 30 million euros for Johnny Cardozo. So Johnny Cardozo was 30 million euros, and that's a 28 million package. So that's over 50 million. So the money is there for Anthony. There shouldn't be no more delay, really. So we're going to see what happens now with this Anthony thing, because it's been said already, they want Anthony. Anthony wants to go there. He took a 30% wage cut to go there. Man United want to sell Anthony. They just needed to sell. They didn't have the money. They've got 50 million now. So what's the excuse? We should see something coming up really soon. Rudy Galetti, fucking, we don't want him. Gyokeres. Don't want who? You don't want Gyokeres? Who are you talking about? Højlund or Gyokeres? Add-ons, okay. Manu Kone, better midfielder than Mecha. That's what I'm saying. I ain't watched any of them. I've heard about Manu Kone. That's one man I've heard about a few times, though. He plays for France. I've seen him a little bit, not too much where I can say what I really think. Like, is he a baller or not? I ain't seen him that much. But at least I've heard about him. Mecha, I've only heard about him when we're linked with him. We were linked with him in January. I watched a few comps. He didn't look so mobile like that. It was nothing special, basically. I was like, wow. And then, yeah, we're linked with him again. And apparently Jason Wilcox knows him from City. I think he was in the City Academy or something like that. So obviously Jason Wilcox, our sporting director now. So he's going to obviously make the decision. So he might go to players that he knows of. But that injury record for Mecha is terrible, mate. That is crazy. That's crazy. And you're coming to Prem as well. You know, Prem is so fast. Man are pressing you at 100 miles per hour. You don't have no time for nothing. So you can't be coming with all of these problems. Ligament injuries, fitness, hip problems, muscular, ankle, thigh, unknown. That's too much different stuff. Anything can happen. That's how Reece James is. Reece James has got something like this where it's just it's always a different injury. That's the worst ones. You're better off having the same one at least, just your ankle, where you know, all right, I can't do this or something. But when you got all different ones, you could just turn this way and then you get injured. Put a glass down. We're also linked with that you at Forest midfielder. What Forest midfielder? Which one? Anderson. Dominguez, Anderson, because we're not linked with a 10, of course, because we've got 2 10s already. So I'm thinking it's got to be like a DM. Which one are we linked with, Gamer? I'm going to get into this keeper as well. We're linked with this keeper. He came out yesterday from Alfredo, and then Fabrizio spoke about it as well. Basically, Keneseshi. We're ready to sell Onana and sanction a 34 million bid for Keneseshi. Contacts took place with Atlanta, with the Italian club wanting a slightly higher fee of 38 million to 42 million. That's from Alfredo. And then Fabrizio basically come out and said, Man United have been scouting several goalkeepers, including Keneshi, but no concrete talks or negotiations have happened yet. So basically what happened there was we've obviously been scouting him. So we've shouted Atlanta, to just say, yo, what's going on with him? Like, how much would he be if we were interested? They've obviously told us they want 38 to 42 million. And then they've just gone and just told everyone. That's all that's happened. Because there's no concrete talks or negotiations. So the fact that we've just inquired, they've just gone and told people and then it's gone out. Like, Man United are interested. So nothing ain't going on yet. Like I said, Onana, we definitely want to sell Onana, but we can't sell him until someone bids for him. And he's a big character. This guy runs from the goal line to free kicks. He runs all the time. He just wants to be involved with everything. So any goal we score, he'll probably be there. Like, you know what Onana's on. So you can't make someone like that upset because the dressing room will get flat as well. He's big in the dressing room. Do you know what I'm saying? And he's getting Embremo in as well, remember. He's doing all this Embremo talks. So he's helping Embremo come and all that. So I don't think they're pushing Onana out, but they want him out. We're linked with too much keepers. Every day, we're linked with a keeper. We're linked with about 3 keepers. Emi Martinez was going crazy last week. Now we're linked with Keneshi. We're linked with, who was we linked with yesterday? We're linked with Costa and a next keeper yesterday. It's too much links, man. So obviously, not that one. Yeah, obviously, there's something going on. Because we can't be getting linked to all of these keepers, all these midfielders for no reason. With the striker position, we're only linked to Gyokeres. Why are we not getting linked to 100 strikers every day? We're not. Do you know what I'm saying? So something's going on with the keeper thing. I remember, what's his name? Onana went to Cameroon, his country, done an interview. They asked him, so what, you're going to be staying at Man United, yeah? He said, I don't know. Why is Onana going to say, I don't know? If you're contracted for another 2-3 years, you know what I'm saying? You will be here still. So I don't know what's going on with him, but we're linked to Keneshi. He's meant to have a high ceiling. He's young. He's meant to be a good keeper. I ain't seen too much about him, but like I said, we've just inquired, as it says from Fabrizio. We've been scouting him, several and other goalkeepers as well, but no concrete talks or negotiation. But Alfredo's kind of reliable as well. So he's basically just telling us what's been put out there. They want 38 to 42 million. We've probably just inquired to say how much would he be, but we're not ready anyway. Do you understand? But like I'm saying to you, there's something going on with Onana because every day there's a new keeper. Today it's him. Yesterday it was Diego Costa, 50 million guaranteed. Ruben wants him. They hold talks in January. And then it was, what's the skeezer called? John Victor. John Victor as well, 29-year-old, 5.8 million. So every day there's another keeper we're talking about. There's no smoke without fire. Why are we looking at all these keepers? Do you understand? And that's 2 different people saying that the Costa one, you know, by the way. You've got Sebsus, whatever his name is, Pinto, and then you got Anil Candola talking about Costa, and then you got Sports Pete talking about John Victor, the Brazilian 29-year-old that plays for Botafogo. They're playing in the Club World Cup. I've never heard of him in my life. Never heard of him. And then it obviously just told us about Emi Martinez. Everyone was going, Emi Martinez, we want him 40 million. He's made more mistakes than Onana. The geezer's made more mistakes than Onana. And Onana's prevented more goals. But because he doesn't play for Man United, we don't hear it. This is what happens. We don't hear. When you don't play for Man United, the noise ain't really around you. When you play for Man United, they need the clicks. So every single outlet is going to talk about you because they know every single fan base is going to jump on. We've got beef for Newcastle fans now. It's crazy. We've got the top 6 to worry about. Now Newcastle fans hate us. It's mental. Everyone jumps on it. He's cold. He's cold. But this is what I'm saying. We ain't really been linked with him as much as people like to put it out there. That's why I don't post it. I post what happens on the day or yesterday, whatever. So we ain't been linked with him. It's weird, but he's good. And he's doing it in the championship. Championship is very physical as well. So, yeah, it's a weird one, man. Who will end up with? Kaneshi or Diego Costa? Who do you think is best? All right, let me tell you the truth, yeah? I've never seen Kaneshi. Only the links is what I've seen, and I've seen a 1-2 comp. Diego Costa, I only watched him properly. Because remember, everyone can talk about comps, YouTube comps. Everyone looks good in a YouTube comp. Literally, you can type in John Victor, this geezer here. All you're going to see is his best saves. So everyone looks good in a YouTube comp. I'm talking about you got to watch the actual game. Like you got to watch like 2 games or something to know if they're proper good. I watched 1 game of Diego Costa because Man United played him in the Europa. So we played Europa against Porto. We drew 3-3. We were winning 2-0 by half-time. Rashford scored 2 goals that was Onana-like mistakes by Costa. He threw the ball in his own net, basically. So all I've seen from Diego Costa was that 1 game that Man United played in the Europa against Porto, and he was awful. I've never, ever seen a game after that. So the only thing I've seen from Costa, I've seen him in the Nation League, but that's like in the background. You know, like I'm just like this, and it's in the background. I'm looking at the TV, but I'm not paying attention. I know he's good with his feet, and he saved a few penalties before, but I've never watched him and seen a whole game of him, and he's done his thing because I've only watched 1 game, and that 1 game, he had a nana mistakes. Any of you don't know what I'm talking about, go on YouTube, type in Manchester United and Porto this year in the Europa League. Last year, because Ten Hag was still the manager. He took Rashford off at half-time. No one knows why. And then we ended up losing 3-2. Do you know what I mean? We didn't lose, sorry. We went down 3-2, and then Maguire scored a header last minute, ended 3-3. So that's the only thing I know about Diego Costa. Apart from that, everyone likes him because he's good with his feet. And he makes a few worldy saves and he saves penalties. But the hype's gone a bit down after that game. I ain't really seen a lot of people gas him up no more. So I don't know. But if I had to pick anyone, I'll take anyone but Onana. But then again, even with this John Victor guy, he's 5.8 million. So we'll sit there and go, oh, he's only 5.8 million. And that's what Arsenal fans are doing now with Kepa. They're saying he's only 5 million. It's cool. Bro, Bayern costs about 4 or 5 million. He's terrible. Man, I'm scoring corner kicks against this geezer. So this is what I'm saying. Man, I need to stop thinking about this. He's only 5 million. It's cool. It's low risk. Bro, these keepers are still, some of them are still bad. It doesn't matter what you're paying for them. You might pay 5 million and they're still bad. So this is what I'm saying. I want to see this guy properly. Obviously, he's playing in the Club World Cup, I think tomorrow or something against Palmeiras. I might watch him and just see what he's up to. Do you get it? If he panics, whatever. Because Bayern there can't kick, can't do nothing. He had 1 good game in the Europa League, in the FA Cup against Arsenal, and he just went missing me. That was it. Like and subscribe. Come on, Manchester United, man. You always come in and just let them know. Yeah, I love that one there. Like and subscribe, people, man. If you're new here, we do this every day for you lot, man. Elliot Anderson, okay, we're linked with him, yeah? What are they going to want for him, though? Because I think they bought him for 30 million from Newcastle. So what are they going to want? They're going to want a mad thing for him. But he will fit the system, though, because he's aggressive and he's attentive as well. Who else is there? Would you keep Rasmus? No way. No chance. I'll drive him to the airport myself. No way. Anywhere you want to go, bro, I'll drive you there. Just tell me where you want to go. What's update on Sesko to Arsenal? All right, let me get into that now, yeah? I'm going to get into this now. I said it earlier, but obviously you've probably just come in, yeah? So the Gyokeres stuff today, for those that missed it, basically, I'll go into yesterday's and I'll go to today so you understand a bit more. Basically, yesterday, Abolat, which is a Portuguese source, came out and said Gyokeres reopened the door to Amrim with Arsenal favouring Sesko. The Swede could opt for Manchester United. Team Talk came out and said Victor Gyokeres has told Man United that he wants to join them this summer despite interest from elsewhere. The other day, on the 24th, Victor Gyokeres said he's gone on strike. He's not going training. I'm never coming back. I want to leave, blah, blah, blah. Yeah? So he said that the other day. But why I'm showing you this last article, you lot, you got to pay attention, yeah? Look at the name at the bottom that Fabrizio quotes. He says he's gone on strike. He's not come back to training. He's heartbroken. Abolat reports. So Fabrizio is giving us the green light that Abolat reported it before him, and he basically just tapped in, basically. So he's telling us. So the fact that he's saying Abolat reported this, and this was on the 24th, and then on the 26th, which is yesterday, Abolat has come out on the sport. This is the Sporting fan page. They say things about Sporting. Abolat has gone and said, Gyokeres reopened the door to Amrim with Arsenal favouring Sesko. The Swede could opt for Manchester United. So Abolat, there's got to be somehow, they've got to be reliable to an extent. I'm not saying they're fully, listen to everything they say, but to an extent, from the time you're getting the cosign from Fabrizio that your info is right, you've got to be reliable to an extent. So Fabrizio said Abolat reports that Gyokeres ain't coming back to training. He's gone on strike. And then Abolat's come out basically the next day and said, yo, Gyokeres has reopened the door to Amrim with Arsenal favouring Sesko. Team Talks come out and said Victor Gyokeres has told Man United he wants to join them this summer. Okay? So that's yesterday, yeah? We leave that there. Today, the English media is picking it up now. Daily Mirror, Man United are back in a pole position to sign Victor Gyokeres. He's ready to reunite with his former manager, Ruben. Where's all this coming from? Let me tell you that as well. That Fabrizio came out yesterday, no one knows why, and just said, he never rejected Man United, by the way. He just said he prefers Arsenal, randomly. Go on the United stand and look at the Twitter. He just came out yesterday and just said that. So today, Daily Mirror is saying this. Look at the time and the date at the bottom. He said this at 8 in the morning. This got aggregated. Then Abolat again. I don't know if it's from the same document of the day before or whatever, but it says Man United now engaged in club-to-club negotiations for Victor Gyokeres. That one we've known about for ages. Fabrizio's already told us he was calling him every day, etc. So that's not no surprise. We already know he wants Arsenal, and we got to wait to see if they go for him or not. And then obviously Sky Sports has come out today and just done a little paper around and basically just spoke about it as well and said Gyokeres is on a U-turn, Man United, etc. So that's what's happened with that. So yesterday was talks about him, Abolat, and then today Daily Mirror. And then obviously with Sesko, this is Arsenal's aggregate pages. How we've got United stand, they've got AFC stuff, D talking Arsenal, yeah? And they aggregate all the news from them. The first one is Ticker Tacker Connor and that, and they're just saying basically, yeah, Benjamin Sesko is ready to sign for Arsenal after new talks. Sesko wants to join Arsenal this summer, and a potential move is not being held up by his representatives because it was rumored that his agents want too much money or some madness. They're saying that's gas, he's ready. The middle one is Izan Khan, someone that they always quote, so he must be reliable for them. I don't know him, but they always quote him. They're basically saying that Mikel Arteta wants a striker before pre-season. They're going to Singapore. They're going to Hong Kong before July the 19th. And both Sesko and Gyokeres have been strongly linked. But look at that last line. But it's understood that Sesko is the priority. And then we got Sammy Motbell, who is very reliable. Very reliable, Sammy Motbell. Just ask anyone about Sammy Motbell. He don't really come out and tweet all the time. But he comes out and he tweets. If everything went according to plan and Arsenal had to get the striker they wanted, it would be Benjamin Sesko. But things in football often don't go the way you hope in terms of price, personal terms. I genuinely believe up till today, there's no clear favourite. But if you were to take a vote from the people that matter inside Arsenal, there will be more universal backing for a move for Sesko than Gyokeres. So this is 3 different people on the Arsenal fan pages. This has nothing to do with us. So they think it's going to be Sesko. In the last 2 days, it's come out saying Man United are back in talks. He's not rejecting Man United. Blah, blah, blah. Arsenal are favouring Sesko. So Gyokeres has opened the door back. And then today it's come out from the English media now. Sky Sports, The Mirror. That's the situation with Sesko. So we already know, innit? Sesko Gyokeres wants to go Arsenal, innit? That's his preferred choice because the Champions League, etc. But if they go for Sesko, we're definitely going to probably get him. He wants to come to the Prem. He thinks like he's ready. That's the situation. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's the update on Sesko and Gyokeres. Everyone else is just more or less repeating them so far. We're going to see Berta works on 2 strikers, so we don't know. Arsenal are working their way up. Fabrizio came out today and said, Arsenal fans, you lot make sure you're excited because there's going to be way more news. So they're making signings galore. They're already in for another defender, that Mosquito, whatever his name is. They bought Norgard, Zubamendi. They want a left winger. Eze apparently is going to be going, Rodrigo. And then they're looking at strikers and they got Sesko and Gyokeres, 2 lined up. So obviously we already know we're second in command for this one. I don't really mind. We finished 15th. We shouldn't even be in conversations about him. So it is where it is. Slow FC, they're taking their time, innit? Manchester United are still expecting to offload Rasmus Højlund this summer, despite their struggles, to sign a new number 9. The feeling is the club will look to offload him during the summer. Hopefully we can. John Victor, here we go, safe. Transfer window amid interest from Serie A. Man United Chiefs would love to deliver a premium centre forward for the manager as a replacement, with Victor Gyokeres understood to be the preferred option at this stage of the window. But after missing out on Champions League, the club are finding it difficult to secure his signature, and there is now an acceptance that they need to come up with a backup plan, which could see them consider players that do not fit the exact profile they have previously been looking for. Manchester United recently had talks behind Diego Costa. Oh shit, it's wrong guy. Behind the scenes, what happens if they can't sign one of the strikers? That is just the easiest journalism you can ever do. I could have wrote that. Literally, I could have wrote that. Dean Jones, come on, man. Do better than that, bro. Love for that, though, gamer. Appreciate you, bro, man. Love for that, for putting that one in there. But come on, who could have wrote that, bro? We all could have wrote that we all know. Gyokeres is waiting for Arsenal. We're not sitting there and saying he's turned around and said he wants us now. No, he's waiting for Arsenal, and we're sitting down and waiting for him. That's what they're doing. We're linked to other players, and I said this earlier as well. We're definitely linked with him, but what it is we definitely want him. But what I think is we'll go for someone else, a different profile, but it'll be a loan. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Unless we can go for someone like Osimhen, Mateta, or someone that kind of does alike, which I don't think we can get. So if Gyokeres is out the way, we can't get Gyokeres, I think we'll get another striker, but it'll be loan. They won't go and spend big on someone like Moise Kean. Let's buy him and then be stuck here the next year. No, I think they will get a loan of a different profile, try him out for the year, and then next year maybe go big on Osimhen. Maybe there's another striker out there that's balling. Who knows? But I think that's what they'll do. And that is easy to, anyone could write that and say that. Obviously they can't, they have to make up their mind because they're waiting on Gyokeres to make up. Gyokeres is waiting on Arsenal. Arsenal ain't made up their mind yet. So as soon as Arsenal make up their mind, no, this is what's going on. Arsenal are waiting on Sporting because Sporting haven't set a price yet for Gyokeres. So that's what Fabrizio said that. He said, Arsenal are waiting on Sporting because the president hasn't set a price yet. He said 50 million, then he changed his mind. So when they set a price and say, listen, Gyokeres is going to be 80 million euros, they're going to tell Arsenal. Arsenal going to sit there and go, Benjamin Sesko cost this, he cost this. What makes sense? Benjamin Sesko's 21, he's 27. They're going to weigh up all the odds and say, all right, we're going for Gyokeres or Sesko. That's what's going to happen. And then Gyokeres will know if they've gone for Sesko, that's what open the door for us. That's the situation that we're waiting on. It's literally Sporting have to come with a price. Then Arsenal's going to make up their mind which one they want. But some people are saying they want Sesko all along and it's a smokescreen. This is what Berta does. Their sporting director used to be for Atletico Madrid. This is what he does. He gets 2 players, lines them up, does all the groundwork, agrees personal terms with both of them, gets them both ready. You want to calm everything. Gets the price for them. And then at the end, he pulls the trigger and says, I want you. Done. Leave the other one hanging. That's what Berta does. That's why nobody knows who they want. Arsenal fans couldn't tell you. It's just the journalism that are saying we think it's going to be Sesko or da-da-da-da-da. because they've been linked with Sesko for 18 months. They only got linked with Gyokeres when Berta stepped through the door. They wasn't linked with Gyokeres before that. So they automatically think it should be Sesko. Like, Arteta loves him, we'll be linked to him for 18 months, blah, blah, blah. So that's the situation with that one still. But yeah, it's a mad one. Let me see what's going on here. Sancho should stop talking and jog on. For those that missed the Sancho saga, this geezer, everyone's ready to pay the 25 million. Napoli, Juventus, Fenerbahce, but basically his wages are crazy. He's on 300k or 250, something towards them, and he wants that. And basically Fenerbahce are saying, we will pay your wages right now, but Sancho doesn't want them. Sancho wants to stay in the top 5 league. So he don't want to go to the Turkish league, but he's keeping them there, having convos with them and letting Napoli and Juventus know, yo, I'm having talks with Fenerbahce. They're offering me this so that he can get the same type of salary that Fenerbahce are giving him, which is basically matching his salary, and then he can go there. That's what Sancho's doing. He's trying to play a game. But Juventus, I've offered him a very low salary, and Napoli, I've offered him half. So if he's on 300, I've offered him 150. That's what I think Chelsea offered him, and he said no. So this is what's going on with him, man. This is what's going on with Sancho. He just has to swallow his pride and say, I've got to go to one of these clubs. Let me go and play good. Go to the World Cup next season. Have some aspirations. But he just wants his money. So he's doing a madness. And remember, we cannot loan him because he will walk for free next year. His contract runs out next year. Sancho's contract is done next year. You can't loan him. You can only take money for him. But Juventus seems like they're leading the race. You can look at all these articles. Giova says it. Juventus are in the lead. Yago, who's very reliable for Turkish news, he basically said he wants to go Juventus, but they're just not offering enough money. And then Michel, who's reliable as well, said Dortmund are not in for him no more. They don't want to do a three-peat on him. And yeah, United and Juventus have actually spoken, but it's just the wage for Sancho and Juventus. That's what's killing us. Every match, Onana was under scrutiny. It's clear he's overactive and a bit impulsive. Yeah, you know Onana, man. He's gassed. He's got main character syndrome, innit? You know his thing. We score a goal, he's running over, he's doing everything. Diego Costa is crap versus Man United. This is the only game I saw from him. So when you lot ask me, would I take Diego Costa and who's better? I told you, lot. I've only seen him for one game, and I don't judge players of comps because everybody's good on a comp. I can turn on YouTube now and type in Onana. You can type in Onana right now on YouTube and you see all these best saves. And you think, this guy's the best keeper in the world. This is why I don't do that. I watch the whole 90 minutes. That's how I judge players. The only 90 minutes I watched of Costa was against Man United. He had a worst game. He had it's probably one of his worst ever games. Costa was a disaster against us. Yeah, Red Devil, 100%. Then Martinez took out Rasmus last game, not convinced by either. Yeah. Martinez done that madness on Rasmus and got sent off in it, and he's gonna miss it. Is it 1 game or 3 games next season? It'll probably be 1 game in it because it's not nothing too mad. I watched him multiple times for Portugal. He was class. Don't know he was so bad against us. Yeah, bro, go watch that game. Go watch Man United versus Porto in the Europa League. Ten Hag was still here. Rashford was balling. But both of the goals, he should have saved it. He done some mad mistakes, Onana mistakes. And then Ten Hag took Rashford off at half time. We went 3-2 down. Imagine that. We're 2-0 up, Rashford's balling. Ten Hag took him off. They scored 3 goals. It's crazy. I remember that match. Yeah, that match was mad. Rasmus needs to go on loan with a buy option and evening pound. Not even a buy option, Joe. It needs to be obligation. And not no Sancho obligation where they can opt out for 5 million. It's got to be a serious obligation. What obligation means in a dictionary, that's what it's got to be. You have to go. That's what it needs to be. Because he might go. If he goes abroad, it's very likely that he stays and they keep him because he will ball out. This is what I'm saying. We should only be sending our players out on loan abroad. We sent Sancho to Chelsea, Rashford to Aston Villa. They never done nothing special. Rashford and Sancho had a little link up, assist and all of that. He was doing all right, but not nothing that Aston Villa fans said, no, we have to sign Rashford. Do you know what I'm saying? Everyone understood when he came back. No one ain't said nothing about it. Chelsea, the same thing. Sancho was there. He could have went all 10 games or something without a goal or something like that. Something mad, maybe even longer. No one didn't care like that. When they've said they're either going to send him back or 25 million, I ain't seen no Chelsea fans crying. I see them saying, I don't mind. For 25 million, we can keep him. He's all right. He's a good addition, but it is what it is. And now they're looking at other wingers. They're looking at Gittins. They're looking at Malik Fofana. They're not crying over Sancho. Why didn't we keep Sancho? They're not doing none of that. But the ones that have gone abroad, Anthony, he's done a good job over there. So this is what I'm saying. We need to send our players abroad. There's so much space over there as well. So we've got a lot of like counter-attack players, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like Anthony, Højlund, Rashford, Garnacho. These guys, they need space. Like Martinelli, they run with their head down. Give them space. They look amazing. So let them go abroad. Too many links, but none that joins in. Yeah, trust. Amrin is a former manager of Gyokeres. You didn't know that? Hey, Milton, where you been, man? You didn't know that? He played for Sporting, innit? Rasmus is our worst ever number 9. Yeah. I don't think it's his fault, though. Do you get it? That's the thing about Rasmus. I actually feel sorry for him. I just feel like he's been put in a mad position, but he has to go now. Like, time's up. Do you get it? Just go somewhere, get your confidence and ball. Like, I don't diss Rasmus because I feel sorry for the kid. Like, you got put in a mad position. You should have been coming on the pitch on the 70th minute. Do you understand? The same way they had Alvarez at City. Haaland will play 70 minutes. He scored a hat-trick. Go on, Alvarez, do your thing. If he goes 20 games without scoring, no one cares because Haaland's already done what he needs to do. So that's how it should have been. It's been a bit mad for a minute, so it is what it is. Yeah, he even bought it from Coventry to Sporting. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ruben kind of made Gyokeres, isn't it? That's this system made Gyokeres. Ruben's system. Do you understand? And now he's the player he is because he went from Coventry to Sporting and then bam, it went bananas for him. So yeah, man. So all this Gyokeres links is heating up. It's hitting the English press now. Like I said yesterday, I don't know why. Fabrizio just woke up and just let us know, yo, he never rejected Man United, by the way. He just thought to tell us. I don't know why. But so the Gyokeres news is hitting the English media now. Portuguese media has been talking about it. And this Abola guy that reported it yesterday seems like he's reliable because Fabrizio literally said his name and said that he reported it before him. So he must, to some extent, be reliable. And Mbeumo to United, when? When for what? What? When you get your here we go? I don't know when this guy's going to give us a here we go, you know, I'll be real. Everyone in the building, let's like and subscribe. Like and subscribe, man. We're here every day, man. Giving you lot this news. Man United news, man. Hit up the likes, man. Yeah? Subscribe as well. We're here every day for you lot. Giving you lot what's going on. Daily news. So yeah, that's the news with Gyokeres. I'll summarize it all up for those that's missed it, etc. Goalkeeper, what do you think, bro? Bro, see with goalkeeper, I don't have a clue, you know. That Maignan, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I haven't really watched him, but he's all right. Maignan's all right. The only one I've actually watched a little bit is that Lamens. There's a geezer called Lamens, Belgian keeper. He's young. He's good. I'll go for him. But Atlanta keeper. Let me show you the Atlanta keeper. Kaneshi. That's his name. I don't know him. I've never watched him. But all the Atlanta fans are in the comments saying, no, we can't sell him. No way. That's too cheap. Blah, blah, blah. Like, so they don't want him to leave. That's always a good sign, isn't it? When the fans, you see how the fans move. Because if that was Onana, and we've heard that Atlanta's coming for Onana, and we might be getting 34 million, you'll see everyone saying, it's Christmas. We're finally getting rid of, you know what I mean? They'll go mad. João Felix, anyone. I don't know what's happened with him, you know. Everywhere he goes, he's like a passenger. Do you know what I'm saying? He never just shines the stage, but he's a baller. But nowhere he goes, he shines and he's banging in goals and he's the guy that we think he is. So I don't know. It's weird, man. Milan don't want to pay the money for him. They took him on loan. They said, no, we're not paying the money. So he's gone back to Chelsea. It's crazy. Chelsea don't want him. I don't know what's going on with João Felix, man. It's weird, man. Are we in for any midfielders? Let me show you the midfielders we're in for. We're in for 3, yeah? And I ain't got the Jashari one here because Milan's in the lead. I don't want to keep bringing you something where someone else is in the lead for it. There's no point. I don't want to give no one no false hope. João Paulino. He's meant to be 30 to 35 million. He went to Bayern from Fulham. When he was at Fulham, he was quite good. He went to Bayern. It didn't work out. He don't really get to play. And now they're trying to get rid of him. So João Paulino, we're linked with him. We're linked with Edison. We've been linked with him for a minute. Fabrizio spoke about him on YouTube a few times early ages ago and basically said, listen, Man United have discussed Edison internally. They'll believe he's a fantastic signing. Internally, he's seen as one of the perfect candidates for Ruben Amorim's midfield. But Atlanta won't make it easy. So I don't know how much they want. Team Talk came out today and basically said Ruben Amorim has approved a move for him for 50 million. So this is what I'm saying. The midfield thing looks like it's heating up out of nowhere. I don't know why, but it's starting to heat up. And obviously, Manchester Evening News just basically said that, like Man United's dream midfield in 2025-26 will be with Edison. And that was last week, the 18th of June. They said that. So look at the difference. Fabrizio said this about a couple of weeks ago. They've said that last week, and then they've said that today. So something, I don't know. Maybe we made contact or whatever, but it keeps kind of coming back. So we're linked with Edison. We're linked with, I showed you the João Paulino, and we're linked with Metra, I think his name is. And we've been linked with him since January as well. He's meant to be 40 million. I've never seen him play. I've never seen nothing too much about him. I've even watched comps of him, and I'm not really impressed by the comps. So I don't know if this is true or if he'll be a good signing. I don't know. But this is his injury record. Look at his injury record. I thought I'll share it with you lot so you can get a bit of insight to this geezer. Ligament injury. He missed 16 games. Yeah. Look at that. Look at the dates. 2024 to 25, 23 to 24. Fitness, hip problems, muscular problems, ankle problems, thigh problems, unknown injuries. He's had everything. This is what I'm saying. Are we really going to go for someone like this? I know someone like Mazarawi had injuries before he came, but he's barely been injured since he's come to us. So maybe we might not watch that, but this looks madness. Like, this looks all over the place. Like, he could just turn the wrong way and get injured. Literally. So I don't know. So that's our midfielders that we're linked with is Metra, João Paulino, and Edison. And I think Edison is the best one. He fits the bill. I've watched him. I've watched him against Liverpool in the Europa Cup final. I've watched him a few times. So I've seen him and I think, yeah, he'll be a good midfielder. He scores goals as well. He's all right. I was raised in Portugal and the newspaper, Al Bola is quite reliable and with sources in each of the club. So that's, oh shit. I'm sitting there saying Al Bola. So it's Al Bola, yeah? It's Al Bola, PT. Okay. This is what I'm saying to you lot. So you lot work it out and tell me what you lot think then, innit? Because that's what I just said to you lot. I said, he's got to be some type reliable from time Fabrizio was quoted you and said, I'm after him. He's literally tapping in and saying, yeah, like, all of this is true and I'm coming after Ebola. So Ebola said it first, they reported it, and then I'm telling you after basically that Gyokeres, he wants a new chapter. He's not coming into training. He's on strike. And he's let it be known that Ebola reported it. So they came out first. So from time Ebola's reported it and they came out first, and now Gyokeres reopens the door to Amorim, and that was yesterday, and Ebola reported that as well. Oh, we might just be able to, and that's on the sporting page as well. That's a sporting fan page. So they've got, it's not even about like them not pushing the news on the Arsenal fans. No, the sporting fan page that's come out and said that. So Ebola might be reliable. We don't know. Santos is telling us that Ebola is quite reliable. Fabrizio's quoting him saying that he's got his news after Ebola. So I don't know, man. It seems that something's in the works. Team Talk basically said the same thing, that he wants to join us now. And then today, the Mirror's come out and spoke about it, and Sky Sports. So it's just a bit it's going a bit bananas. Do you know what I mean? I wonder if there's any fans who want to keep Onana. First season, he was the best shot stopper, but he's second. What happened? First season, he made loads of mistakes as well, but it was more in Champions League. Remember? Champions League. Ziyech scored 2 free kicks that was right at him. So the first season, he made a lot of mistakes, but it was mostly in Champions League. Not really in Premier League, Champions League. But the second season, he just went mad everywhere. Europa, Prem, Anywhere, he was just going crazy. He didn't care. Mistakes galore. Cunha scored a free kick, a corner against Onana. I was at that game, Wolves. Horrible to watch. Horrible. Man United are still looking to make 4 signings this window after Brian and Bremo. Yeah, I showed you the list yesterday, innit? It was striker, wing back, midfielder, and goalkeeper. I don't know what order it's in, but that's the 4 signings that we want to make. So if it's up to me, I will do striker and then goalkeeper and then midfielder. If it's up to me, I think wing back can go last. We've got Ahmad there, Dorgu, Dallo, Mazarawi can play there, Amas. We've got options. But striker, we need a striker and we need a goalkeeper. That's 2 priority places. Do you understand? Love for that gamer. Appreciate that, man. Clued up. Very clued up gamer. First class is reliable as well. Like and subscribe, man. Everyone that's in it, anyone that's new, we do this every day, man. Make sure you subscribe, you hang around, and make sure you hit the like button. I'll summarize all the news for you lot. We're hitting the hour mark. Gyokeres, basically, there's more links about him. Just linked with Man United. It's come out from the English media now. The Mirror, Sky Sports, it's basically saying he wants to join Man United. We all know he's still waiting for Arsenal, but we don't know what's happened. So we don't know if he's been told something or something, but it's coming. It's all getting pushed out. Gyokeres, Man United. It's happening every day now. This is today. Yesterday we had this. A bowler came out and basically told us, with Arsenal favouring Sesko, the Swede could opt for Man United. Team Talk said he wants to join Man United. And Fabrizio basically quoted a bowler, which made me think and know that a bowler must be reliable to an extent. Sesko, all the Arsenal fan pages, none of these pages are Man United pages. They're all fan pages of Arsenal, AFC stuff, blah, blah, blah. And all 3 of them are basically saying Sesko is the priority. Yeah, all 3 of them. Sammy Mokbel, Izan Khan, and Tika Taka Connor. Freedom Fighter, Napoli and Juventus are all, and Fenerbahce are ready to pay the guy's wage. Sorry, pay the guy's price, the 25 million. But his wage is an obstacle. He doesn't want to drop his wage. So he's basically telling Fenerbahce is ready to pay the wage. They're cool with it. But Napoli and Juventus, the 2 teams that he does want, because he wants to stay in the top 5 leagues in the world. Turkish league is not in the top 5. So he is using Fenerbahce at the moment because they've met his salary. So they've said, yeah, we'll pay your salary, come. Jose Mourinho spoke to him on the phone. They're ready to pay the 25 million. If Sancho wanted Fenerbahce, he'll be there right now. Everything's set for him, but he doesn't want them. So he's kind of using them. Juventus came to the table. Sancho wants to play for Juventus, but Juventus offered a very low salary. So Juventus have offered him a low salary. Napoli have offered him half of his wage, and Dortmund don't want him no more. But Man United and Juventus are in talks. So that's not done yet. It could happen, but it's all about Sancho being greedy or not. Are you just going to sit around and just want your wage, or are you going to go out there and get a club and try to get the World Cup next year? We don't know. But the freedom fighter doesn't want to free his wage. That's evident. That's the situation with Sancho. We're linked to 3 new midfielders. Edison, we've been linked with him for a minute now. It came out today. Ruben Amorim has approved for the Atlanta midfielder, Edison. It's going to cost around 50 million. That was team talk. Fabrizio basically just told us a few weeks back that, listen, they think he'll be a fantastic signing. Man United have spoke about him internally and that he's seen as the perfect candidate for Ruben Amorim's midfield. But Atlanta won't make it easy for us. But it's come out today, 50 million. So I don't know. It could be more. And then the Manchester Evening News basically said the same thing, that, listen, he's Man United's dream midfield. And that was a week ago. It's just weird that everyone's talking about it in different journalists, different times. So I've put it together to let you lot know we're heavily linked to him, basically. Metra, we're linked to him as well. We're linked to him in January. I don't know if there's anything to this, but apparently we're interested in Metra. CF Bayern's come out and just spoke about it today. He didn't really get into it. He just said we were in for him, that's it. That's his injury record, which is crazy. Ligament injuries, fitness, hip, muscular, ankle, thigh, unknowns, wherever you think, just name it, it's probably in there. This is just a list to 1920. Who knows about before that? So yeah, that's the thing with Metra. The other midfielder we're linked with is João Paulina. He's going to go for 35 million euros. That's like 20 million something. I think he's near 30, 29 probably. So I don't know if we would go for him, you know. And I think he's a bit too similar to Ugarte. Edison's got more to his game, if anything. So yeah, apparently we're linked with him. I don't know. I ain't heard nothing, but that's the one. We've got someone new with operations director from Braga. He's going to help Ruben with that stuff. That's all upstairs stuff. Nothing really to do with us. Nothing for us to be concerned about. And then we've got Jesus Rodriguez. We're not linked with him or nothing. The only reason I put this in the article is because they've just sold him. They say, here we go to Como, Cesc Fabregas' team. And the agreement is in place for 22.5, a 28 million package. And obviously, Real Betis want Anthony, but all they were waiting for was money. So now they've sold him for 28 million, and they've sold Johnny Cardozo to Atletico Madrid for 30 million. That's 58 million. You've got way more than enough to come and take Anthony off our hands now. So that's the situation with this geezer. And that happened today. Just here we go. So Anthony, just keep an eye out on that. That should be happening soon. And then we're linked to Kaneshi, if that's his name. I hope I'm saying it right. We must have just inquired. And obviously they basically just said, look, Man United want to sell Onana for 30 and basically spend 34 million, but they want more. They want 38 to 42 million. Fabrizio's basically come out. He's been scouted, and we've scouted several keepers. Yeah, literally, like this. He's just one of many keepers we've scouted, and there's been no concrete talks or negotiations. So basically, he's just one of the keepers. We've probably just inquired and said, how much would he be if we wanted him? And they've gone 38 to 42 million. We said, okay, no problem. We'll shout you. And then they've gone and just told everyone, Man United might be interested, and it's gone mad. Because Alfredo is an Italian journalist, so he's probably it's got to him somehow, basically. But I don't think it's anything crazy. And like I said, I think we want to sell Onana, but we're not going to push him out. We're not going to say you have to go. He's a big character in the dressing room. You could tell he's got main character syndrome. He's never on his line. He's always doing loads. Every time you see him, not even in on the pitch, he's dancing or he's active. Do you understand? But I think we want him to go. We've done an interview in Cameroon, and he said, they asked him, are you going to stay? He said, I don't know. How can you not know? So that's something's going on there. And these are all the other keepers we've been linked with. This all came out yesterday. Diego Costa. Ruben really likes him. Apparently he's going to be 50 million. They spoke in January. He's Portuguese as well. And then we're linked with John Victor as well, who is 5.8 million. He plays for Botafogo. He'll be playing tomorrow against Palmeiras in the quarterfinals, whatever it is. So I might have a little look at him, but he's 29. I think he's more of a Bayinda replacement, and Diogo Costa will be like a Onana replacement because the money, it makes sense. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. I'll take a few of these chats. Metch is an up-and-coming channel. Love, bro. Appreciate it, man. Definitely up and coming. We're not stopping, bro. Every day, we're not stopping. So it's definitely up and coming. And for you that don't know, I do Matchday Vlogs as well. Obviously, there's no matches right now. But when the matches are on, the Premier League, FA Cup, whatever, I go to the games, I record the whole games. If you go to my old videos, you'll see a few of the Matchday Vlogs, Leon, etc., all of them. So, yeah, make sure you check that out as well and you stick around for it. Because once the season starts, I'm not just going to be doing this where I'm giving you the news, match previews, Matchday Vlogs, everything. The whole shebang. I'm there, the games, everywhere. So, make sure you stay here for that as well. And subscribe, like, the whole shebang. Road to 1K subscribers ASAP. Please, love, man. Man Latuta. Litata. Love, man. I appreciate that, man. I hope I said your name right as well. Do we need a goal score stopper or a strong character in the dressing room? No, I want him to go. I'm just saying, that's why I think they're not pushing him out. Because imagine this guy's loud in the dressing room and he's a happy soul, etc. He's bringing them Wemo. We tell him he wants to leave. You have to leave. No one comes for him. He's sitting in the dressing room now, sad. It's all, you get it? So I think they're playing it smart where it's like, they're not really saying too much. You get it? So, yeah, they're just like, we want him to go, but we're not going to tell him for him to go because we can see how big personality he is. But if a bid comes, we're going to tell him, no, we really need this money. You got to go. And he's probably going to have to take it. That's what I think it is. And Nana knows that. That's why he's got an interview saying he don't know if he's going to stay. And we're linked with a new keeper every day. This is yesterday. Look at the time at the bottom and the date. Look at the date on the bottom of all these articles. This is yesterday, 26, yeah? We're linked with Diego Costa. Look at the date of this day. This is today. I ain't got the date on this one, but this is today. So every day we're linked with a new keeper. There's something brewing. That's what I'm trying to say to you. He probably knows that. So, yeah, watch-alongs, everything. Any games I can't go to, I'll do watch-alongs. But most of the games I'm going to try and go to, Matchday Vlogs. That's what I was doing before. I was going to the matches, videoing them, etc. So I'll be back to doing that. So once you come off this, go back on my old videos and you'll see a lot of Matchday Vlogs, etc. And I'm going to be back to all of that. As soon as the season starts, August the 17th, Arsenal, Man United, I'll be there. So yeah, this is not just a news channel. This is everything. We're getting into it. So make sure you stick about. I don't believe that. I think that's gas. They want 150 for him. We ain't even sold 2 players to buy Gyokeres, and he's like 70 million. I doubt we're going to go for Isak for 100 million. And they're in Champions League. I don't know if he's going to leave. Who was United's best keeper? Maybe Schmeichel. Yeah, he definitely up there. Schmeichel, Van der Sar. And the last one, we need a midfielder who can score from distance. And that is Ederson. Ederson can score from a distance. He's been doing it. So hopefully this all materializes, but we'll see. Thank you for everyone that checked in, came in the chats, everything. I appreciate all of you, lot, man. Everyone that come on, everyone that ain't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. I'll be back on later. I'll see you lot in a bit.
What's some celebs pull up local? You know we are next, pull up mobos. They gon' be there on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. But for now, I'm local. For now, I'm preserving beat, I'm more